We're going to take a look here at downloading and installing Visual Studio from the Microsoft website. So I open up my browser window and type in Microsoft.com. Hit enter. Takes me to the Microsoft homepage, and here I'm going to do a search. What I'm looking for is the free edition of Visual Studio. So it's Visual Studio Express. Type this in there, click on the Find magnifier, and I get several search results, quite a few search results. Could actually go on the first link and hunt around and find the Express edition, but if you look down at the third choice, you'll find this is actually a slightly easier location to get down there. So the Visual Studio 2008 Express edition, or editions actually, is the link that I want, because there's several different versions of Visual Studio. When this window opens up, see a little graphic, dynamic graphic, I click on the download button to go and find the edition that I'm looking for. Because I'm working with C#, I've got to scroll down the page. They've got these fancy moving graphics now, but come down for our purposes and look for the Visual C# 2008 Express Edition. This is the latest release of the C# Visual Studio environment. Once you've located it, click on the download hyperlink, click there, and it's going to prompt you to save the file. So this is a setup executable. I'm going to save it onto my disk, my hard drive. I've got too much junk in my desktop, so that's not a good location to put it. I won't be able to find it. I click on my hard drive, and I've created a downloads folder. I have a downloads folder that's fairly clean at the moment, and I'm going to save the setup file there. Okay, I don't want to close the dialog. I want to find this folder, so uncheck that box. Now it says, I've downloaded this. Do you want to run this? Yes, I want to run. Click on run. And it gives me a security message. This is a trusted file, so I'm pretty safe in running this. Click on run. It starts extracting some files, copies them to a temp directory, does a bit of setup. This sometimes can take a couple of minutes depending on how fast your machine happens to be. So you just have to be patient, let it run, and when you're done there, you then see the welcome to setup dialog. Click next. This is a wizard. It's just going to walk you through, so it's pretty familiar to most people who've downloaded software. Click on the accept the license terms. If you want to read them, then by all means go ahead and scroll through and read it. Standard terms for downloading software. And then when you're ready, click next. It says, do you want to download the MSDN Express library for Visual Studio? This is a good idea because this is all of the documentation that comes with it, and this is actually pretty much a recommendation to have that as well. So when you're doing searches for help information, samples, having MSDN is good. So check that off, click next, and it's going to check how much space you've got. So it needs 1.2 gig, and this is total download size, and I think I've got enough space here, so hopefully we should be good. I'm going to click on install. Actually, I've already installed this. I'm not going to go through with all right, because in reality I actually do have enough space. I had a previous edition of Visual Studio installed. So here we have it. It's doing the download, and it'll do little check marks as it downloads each of them, and you'll have Visual Studio installed after a few minutes. I'm going to cancel out of this because since I've already downloaded Visual Studio 2008, I'm not going to do that again. But you're going to let it proceed